on the day of sentencing for Brian. I get to the courthouse. It was the most unbelievable thing I'd ever seen. His entire side of the courtroom was full. There were definitely some recognizable faces on that side of the room. And my side was me, my mom, and my brother.
Drake Bell is addressing Boy Meets World star Will Friedle, who was among those who issued a letter of support to Brian Peck following the Dialogue coach's conviction for sexually assaulting a minor in 2004. During the 5th bonus episode of Investigation Discovery's docuseries, Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, which premiered April 7th, host Soledad O Brien played a recent clip from Will's podcast in which he spoke about his past actions and expressed regret.
He then asked us to support him and go to court with him, which a lot of us did. And we're sitting in that courtroom on the wrong side of everything, of course, having no idea of this, filled with child actors, to the point where the victim's mother turned and said, look at all the famous people you brought with you, and it doesn't change what you did to my kid. And I just sat there wanting to die, where it was like, what the hell am I doing here?
Drake, however, told Soledad that Will's comments don't change how he thinks about that day now.
I mean, no. I worked with Will on Spider-Man, and there was a lot of opportunity to apologize or talk about it, and never did. But also, I mean, it's a very difficult subject to bring up. I mean, especially in a work environment. So, and that's the thing that's hard about this, is because everybody deals with their trauma in different ways. Everybody comes to different conclusions at different times in their lives and realizations. And I mean, I really appreciate that they've, their perspective now, but I mean, that day is so ingrained in my mind.
Drake then shared that not one person who wrote a letter of support has reached out personally.
I mean, nobody's reached out to me. No one else? I mean,
no one at all?
Personally, no, not one person who's written one of those letters has reached out to me.
However, on April 5th, 2 days before the episode aired, the actor took to X to reveal that he spoke with another star from Boy Meets World, Ryder Strong, who had also previously issued a letter of support, writing, I just had the most amazing conversation with Ryder Strong. We are all healing together. I have nothing but love and forgiveness for him. During the bonus episode, Drake also spoke about Dan Schneider and his experience with the controversial showrunner.
It was really hard to watch because I can only speak from my experience. And I can't take away from anyone else's experience. I can just say that during this time with Brian, Dan was really the only one from the network that even made a effort to help me and make sure I was okay.
The 37-year-old also talked about his former co-star Josh Peck and shared a bit about their interaction since the docuseries aired.
I want to ask you a little bit about your former co-star, Josh, because people were very hard on him for what they perceived to be his reaction to your story.
Yeah, I know what it's like to have the internet attack you for, I mean, really nothing. He had reached out to me, and we've been talking. This is a really difficult thing to process. But at the end of the day, we have such a close connection and this unique bond that's so rare in this industry that, I don't know, it's really special, and he's a really great person.